Testimony continues today in the manslaughter trial of Jeronimo Yanez, and the defense could call Yanez himself the St. Anthony police officer charged with manslaughter, the shooting death of Philando Castile last summer. In court yesterday, a defense expert testified that Yanez used justifiable deadly force when he pulled the trigger during that traffic stop. Whether Yanez saw the gun is really a key issue here. Retired police officer Joseph Dutton, who now teaches classes on the use of force, said this was truly a split-second decision, and in his view, there wasn't time to do anything else. Prosecutors say Yanez acted unreasonably, though, in killing Castile, a 32-year-old school cafeteria worker who had a permit to carry that gun. The defense says they have several witnesses to call today before calling Yanez either this afternoon or Monday. So we will have a live update on the case on our news at noon. We are finally hearing from President Donald Trump about the testimony of former FBI Director James Comey.
Trump sent out a tweet early this morning saying, despite so many false statements and lies, total and complete vindication. And wow, Comey is a leaker. This comes the day after Comey testified before a Senate committee about his firing and the Russia investigation.
My judgment that I was fired because of the Russia investigation. I was also confused by the initial explanation that was offered publicly that I was fired because of the decisions I had made during the election year. Those were lies, plain and simple.
In 3 hours of testimony yesterday before the Senate Intelligence Committee, Comey said he felt the president wanted him to end the Michael Flynn investigation. He said he interpreted the president's comment to let go of the investigation as a directive.
The President of the United States, with me alone, saying, I hope this, I took it as this is what he wants me to do. Now, I didn't obey that, but that's the way I took it.
You may have taken it as a direction, but that's not what he said.
Correct. Next Friday, I have dinner.
Comey called the conversation concerning, but he didn't draw conclusions from it, he said. He did confirm that he told the president that he, the president, was not personally under investigation. Now, the former FBI director would not comment on whether he thought the president obstructed justice. He said that is for the special counsel to determine. After the testimony, Minnesota Senator Al Franken released a statement saying, the more we learn about President Donald Trump and his team's connections to Russia, the more we have to be concerned about. As for Senator Amy Klobuchar, she appeared on CNN to share her thoughts.
I think my colleagues did a very good job of getting to the fact that this was the investigation of Flynn. Well, I was a former prosecutor. I had 400 employees. Our prosecutors would get sworn in. They would take an oath to the law, not an oath to me. And I can't even imagine calling them into my office and asking them if they would be loyal to me. They have an obligation to enforce the law.
Klobuchar said she thinks Comey showed enormous integrity and answered questions in a common sense and down-to-earth way. So what happens next? The committee Comey testified in front of plans on getting together next week with special counsel Robert Mueller to work on avoiding logistical conflicts with upcoming witnesses and testimony.